Hi, I'm Michelle Prezan and welcome back to Strength in Your Storm. Today we are at Revitalife Health Spa in Sugar Land, Texas, and I'm super excited because we are going to talk to a nurse practitioner today. And you know, when you find out that you have cancer or that you have an illness, do you have choices? You do have choices. You know, this is something that I didn't know, but there's choices. So when I was first diagnosed, we decided after much prayer to go with double mastectomy and reconstruction. And that was the right path for me at the time. You know, it might not be the right path for you or somebody else that you know going through breast cancer. But for me, at that time, it was perfect. Over the last few years, my husband Aaron and I have done more research and we filled our minds with knowledge, learning about different options out there. And it's super powerful because you know what, there are options for you. And today we get to talk to somebody very special and it's going to show you one of the options that you have.
Just wanted to share some truth with you today. It's August 15th, 2017. And a couple weeks ago, after I had an amazing interview with Jenny Herbacek for my TV show, Strength in Your Storm, she talked about the Enox 2 test. And that test is something that you can have done with blood work. And it's less than $300. And it can test if there's any cancer cells in your body at all. Like, how powerful is that for you to be able to have that knowledge of if there's any cancer cells left, especially being a cancer survivor and already going through that and knowing that your body is free and clear. The hospitals have told me that I'm cancer free because they do tests, but I don't know that they do intricate blood work. It's not something that insurance covers, so I understand that. They do the basics, make sure there's no lumps and bumps. But what about before that? What if you can find out if there's cancer in your body before that? Well, you can, and that's what's so amazing about Jenny Herbacek and her book, Cancer Free, Are You Sure? She gives us tools that we can find out if there's anything in there. And so, of course, I wanted knowledge. So I had gone for my 1-year follow-up appointment. I'm supposed to go every 6 months, but I don't know what happened. I forgot. And I went, and they said all my blood work looked good. And it was the first time I didn't post on Facebook that I was cleared because I was waiting for that other test to come in. I was waiting for the Enox 2 to come in because I wanted to compare them and be like, yes. So I called in today to Revitalife and talked to Layla. And she said, yeah, they came back. I'm just following up on some information. And then she said, have you had cancer in the past? And as soon as she said that, I knew. And I said, yeah, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2014. I had double mastectomy and lymph nodes removed, and I had reconstruction. And she said, okay, well, came back and it shows as 9.153 of cancer cells in your body. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's high. I don't know if that's low. I don't know if that's medium. What I know is that there's something there. And as soon as she said that, I thought, there's so many people out there that get that go ahead that you're cancer free. And they don't even know that you can do a test to see if it's all gone from your body. You know, after you've been diagnosed with any kind of cancer, you never want to hear those words again. Even if it's that there's a trace of cancer in your body, you never want to hear it again. I think it's so important that people know that there's a test out there like this, like the Enox 2, that it can test to see if there's any cancer cells at all in your body. Wouldn't you want to know? I wanted to know, that's why I did the test. Because now I can take measures to get it down to whatever it's supposed to be. I mean, I think it's supposed to be a 0, because that would mean there is none. But I'm working with Jenny. I'm going to be talking to her later to see what are my next steps. I'm going to be doing some kind of infusions, vitamin C, Myers cocktail, find out what the best avenue is for me to get that down from a 9 to where it's supposed to be, which is 0 cancer in my body. All I thought about was there's so many people that I run into that have cancer reoccur after 3 years or 5 years or 10 years. And it's because there's still cancer lingering in their body. There's still cancer cells. But how do we know? We don't have those tests done at the doctors. But you can do it. You have the power in your hands now to find out if there's any cells left in your body, and you can take the steps you need to correct it, to make yourself healthy and whole. I didn't know it would be that emotional finding out that there was any cancer cells left in my body, but just hearing the words, unless you've heard the words, I can't even explain what it's like to hear that there might even be a cancer cell left in my body. I don't only want one. The good thing is I can stand and know that I have a victory in it, but I'm going to conquer it because God has amazing plans for me. He's shown me what he wants me to do and who he wants me to help. And I believe this is part of my testimonial because people need to know that even though you hear the words, yes, you're cancer free, or you're in remission, or whatever it is, take it upon yourself, at least educate yourself that there's ways out there to find out if there's any cells left in your body at all. Because if you can find that out, then you can take control over it and it never has to come back. Because I know that 9.153, it's not going to come back. It's not, because I'm going to take power over it, taking dominion over it, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure that I'm here for a very long time. I'm going to watch my boys grow up and get married. I'm going to watch them have kids. And I'm going to grow old with my husband harassing him for as long as I can. I know, it's so important that we educate ourselves with what is out there and what we can do to empower ourselves. And I am so thankful to be able to have this platform to share with other people because I had no idea it existed. And I bet there's so many hundreds of thousands of people that don't either. But I bet if they knew that for under $300 they could find out if there is one cancer cell in their body, they would. I know I would. That's all I wanted to share today. You think you're over it, and even after you've been good for a while, and it's just the mention of that one word that has so much power. Cancer. That can take you into a mess like that. But you know what, I need to share because it's real. That's what happens. But now I'm going to take it and I'm going to build on it. I'm not going to let the enemy knock me down or use that to sway me off any kind of path. I'm going forward, and I'm going to go forward stronger, knowing that more people need to hear my story and see that there's options out there and know that you can fix it. And I'm just so thankful for the support of my husband, and more than that, I'm so thankful for Jenny Herbachik telling me about Enox 2 and writing a book that's so powerful that I think every single person needs to read. Cancer free, are you sure? No one's sure, but you can be sure by a blood test. God bless.
Right, so I get the privilege of sitting here today with somebody I've met before, but you haven't, and she is an advanced nurse practitioner. It's ANP, so I thought it stood for Amazing Nurse Practitioner, but it's not. It's apparently advanced. She's a practitioner for adults as well, and she is the owner of Revitalife Spa here in Sugar Land, Texas, and I'm here with Leila Borgstead.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I love what you have here. I love that you have a place like this that people can come and do things naturally and have different options for things. It's super important nowadays, just with everything that's out there health-wise,
Right.
that we have different options.
Yeah,
And
healthcare. Yeah.
I love that you do that. So tell me a little bit about what you do here and your background.
Okay. So I have 20 years of experience in nursing, and most of my background is in infusion therapy and
Okay.
chronic care disease processes. So with adults with chronic disease, multiple chronic diseases. Started kind of getting into the whole idea of naturally supporting your body many years ago, and self-taught. We just went through learning things and trying different things with my patients who were willing to try these things. And about 6 months ago, we opened up this spa so that we could offer people all sorts of alternatives to healthcare and to how they can support their own body, learn more about what's going on with their bodies, and prevent things as well as give their body a chance to regenerate. and recover.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you provide that. So when people are maybe find out that they're going through something, a chronic illness, they could see a family physician or a specialist, and they could also come see you for a second,
Yes,
different options?
absolutely, because we work in coordination with a lot of those things. So people find that, like our Hockett and detoxification program, we can work with that. We can do the IV therapies, we can do the stem cells, we can do numerous different modalities with different combinations of nutraceuticals also.
I noticed when we walked in down the hallway, there is a machine to the left. What machine is that?
That's the Hockett. So
Okay.
the Hockett is a hyperthermic ozone carbolic acid transdermal treatment.
Oh my gosh, so you looked at me.
I'm trying to remember what the Hockett stands for. So it's
It was big. It looked like the thing that Captain America was in before he turned into Captain America.
It's the pod.
It's very cool.
So it detoxifies, and it also has electrotherapy with it, so that you can reset the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. So it works on over 130 different conditions. If you want to, work on anxiety or depression or chronic pain, acute pain, Lyme disease, Crohn's disease, multiple different things. It just kind of helps the body reset its electrical impulses and put you back in a sympathetic dominant or parasympathetic dominant state instead of that stress state of fight or flight.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you have lots of different options
Yeah,
here.
we do.
I love it. Well, today I'm going to do a cocktail, not the cocktail you're thinking of, and we'll be right back and we're going to set that up.
All right, so what I'm going to give you right now is glutathione. Glutathione is a major antioxidant and is a free radical scavenger. So
I've heard of that actually.
yeah, so we're going to do that, and we do that prior to doing the other because it can decrease the effectiveness if you get it in with other stuff. So it can decrease it just breaks it down. So we do it prior to the other stuff going in.
So, people talk about cocktails. I'm having a different kind of cocktail today. It's not the cocktail that you're thinking on Friday, Saturday night.
That's right. No, but it can help after a Friday or Saturday night.
See? I've seen that on TV. So what does that mean? Like even behind us it says vitamin drip IV bar. Like what kind of, so what are you giving me today?
So today we're giving you kind of a combination of essentials. We're doing the calcium and magnesium.
Okay.
And magnesium is it helps to open up the vessels.
Does it help you go to the bathroom?
Yes, it can help some people have that. It's more when it's taken orally.
Okay.
But it can help calm, and it opens up the vessels so that you get better blood flow. We do the B complex vitamins as well as B12.
Okay.
We did a high dose vitamin C on you, so we're getting I think you've got 70 grams in there.
And what does the vitamin C do?
Vitamin C does everything. So vitamin C is an immune modulator. It helps with your immune system. It helps with the biosynthesis of collagen, so it helps with healing.
Oh wow.
It also helps with antioxidant, free radicals. So it really kind of boosts the whole immune system up together. So with the glutathione, you've got a good combination.
That's awesome. Yeah, you don't even think about it, but free radicals are everywhere right now, right?
Yeah.
In the air, like everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, we breathe them all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So who is somebody that would come in and get the vitamins here that would benefit
From this? Everybody would benefit from an infusion. It's a direct cellular feed. So this is something that you can't get by just eating right. I mean, if you're eating healthy, of course that's going to be a benefit to you. This is actually going to, say you travel a lot. Mm-hmm. You're on the airplane. You're going overseas. So this is going to help with keeping you hydrated, keeping your immune system boosted, and it helps to decrease the jet lag. So
Really?
Yeah, it
Oh.
helps tremendously for that. So it just keeps your body well hydrated. So it's a cellular feed. You don't have the extracellular water. You're feeding the cells themselves. So you don't have the gastric loss. You only get, when you take vitamins and nutrients like that, you only get about 10 to 20% of those nutrients. So you think you're doing your body really well by taking, I'm taking 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C every day. But you're only really getting about 200 milligrams of that. And that's what a large cup of orange juice. So you get drinking and taking it, you can't get what we're getting here. 70 grams. I mean, that's
a lot.
You can't take that orally. Okay.
So as a nurse practitioner, do I call you Dr. Leela or Leela? Or?
No, just Leela.
Okay.
I just go by Leela. Yeah.
So right now I'm feeling my ears are kind of warm.
So you'll get warm feelings. Some people can get them. Ears that's the first time I've heard of ears.
Oh.
But you can get it everywhere. Yeah, you're very unique. You're a unique one. You can get warm feelings all over, and that's the magnesium. Sometimes you can get warm feelings in the groin area. You can get them all down the legs. So it kind of depends on the person. You can get that vitamin taste in your mouth.
Okay.
Some people can smell it because the olfactory. So when you taste it, you can smell it. So we have mints for people who have that strong taste in their mouth. So and then some people will get almost like very sleepy, I call it the chill state, because
I'm very mellow right now.
Yeah, you're not really tired, you're just very chill.
Yeah.
So
like
and that's also the magnesium that has that effect on you too.
Okay, that's interesting. A second. I'm now sleepy. Great day for him. Like, oh.
Yeah, when you crash out. Yeah, but I had my vitamins.
Oh my gosh. There's something that I ask you, and I'm so mellow right now that. Forgive me. I'm all like.
Yeah, you use all of us.
See, there you go.
That's why I love him. So will it cause any kind of? So I'm feeling a little bit stuffy. That's just me with the ears, right? The ears
you shouldn't have. Yeah.
So just any
really
medications I've ever had. I know this is just
sneezing.
natural. Yeah. I'm the one that gets the oddest
symptoms from it. Oh, of course. Yeah.
That's me. So I'll be your unique.
If that one person out of a million complains, you're that one person. Okay.
That's when I'll be like, even on different medications I used to have to go on after I went through surgeries, I would come to them and I'd say, I'm getting this side effect or this one, and they'd be like, that's not one of the side effects that we've heard of.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
I was the
Coincidentally, I feel this way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We knew it was from that, but so they would mark it down because maybe somebody else in another 1,000 or whatever people would be like, I feel this.
Well,
like,
if you complain of anything, they have to mark it down.
Okay.
Yeah, anything you say, they have to mark it down.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm very thirsty.
Yeah. You need some. Did you have a bottle of water?
I do have a water.
Is it
behind
underneath here?
I have it right behind.
Oh, here. Can you reach?
I can't reach.
Okay.
So
and we encourage you to drink a lot of fluids too, because you're feeding those cells, and we want to all of the toxins that it may be flushing out. We want to flush it all out. So
nice. I like this. So one of the reasons I came here is because I did the Enox 2 test with you a couple weeks ago, and because it came back showing that there was some cancer cells. Is that correct?
It's a protein. What it's looking for is the protein that is that's given off by a tumor.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't come from any kind of mutant type cells or anything that's normally occurring in the body. It comes from a tumor. It's actually secreted by the tumor, by a cancer tumor. So it doesn't tell you where it came from. It just tells you what it is. That you have it in your system. So yes, the mildly positive means that at that level, it's would never show on a scan or on any markers.
Right. Because they're looking for actually tumors.
Right.
So it's a little bit different.
Right.
So this is very powerful, having a test like this, because you can see, like for me, after my surgeries, I didn't have any chemo or any radiation. So if there was anything in there, there was nothing to, get rid of it or to remove it from the body.
Right.
So to say.
Right.
So you could do, the great thing is, you can do natural things like this, right? Will vitamin C, would like infusions like this help cleanse the body?
It helps boost the immune system and helps, with getting rid of toxins.
It's nice to have options.
Yeah.
Right? It's nice
Definitely. There's always other things it can do, and I'm not saying that traditional medicine is not. It has its place and it has its purpose in it, and it needs to be utilized. But there's also things that you can do to help your body to boost its own natural immune system. so that your benefits are even better, and maybe you don't get as debilitated with some of the other resources. If you have to go through, the chemo, or you have to go through the radiation, or that's your choice and you want to, but you also want to give your body its opportunity too. This gives your body the best fighting chance. It'd be like going into a workout as an obese person who hasn't lifted a finger in 6 years, or going in, after you've been taking care of yourself and you've been working and you've been doing what you can to provide your body the best opportunity. Your outcomes are going to be totally different. So that's kind of what some of this is doing. It's very supportive and it's very nurturing to the body.
Love that. It's great. I think it's great that you're doing that here, because I didn't even know, like when I went through my surgeries and reconstruction, like before I did any of that, I prayed, my husband and I prayed, and that was the right path for us at the time.
Right.
But over the last few years, we've also done a lot of research and found out that there are other options as well. So maybe for maintenance, or making sure that I never have cancer come back again ever.
Right.
There's ways that we can do things so that we
you give
can
your
keep
body we're bombarded with so much stuff, with the pollution, the chemicals, the hormones, the pesticides. I mean, everything is bombarding us, and your body fights that on a daily basis, and it usually does a really good job doing it, but it can get overrun, and when it does, that's when it just starts debilitating. And these types of things help your body to boost back up. It gives it that support that it needs so that it can continue to fight on.
That's awesome. To pause for a second, because I feel like I'm gonna go to sleep. So relaxed right now, so I feel like I'm slurring my words now, like I want. So I'm getting so relaxed from the magnesium that I'm like.
I think
So Leela brought me I can't even say it.
Ninja Red.
Ninja Red, but not like the Red Bull Ninja. It's got yummy stuff in it.
Yeah.
What kind of yummy
Lots of
stuff?
essential oils. It's by Young Living, so it's all organic oils, and it has it's primarily the wolfberry, and then multiple essential oils. Has the lemons, and it's an energizer, uplifting, and antioxidant also.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice. See, 'cause I was feeling a little, but that's a good thing. It's nice to be relaxed. So a mutual friend of ours actually spoke to her in one of my episodes, Jenny Hrabacek,
Yes.
the
Love
author.
Jenny.
Yes, Cancer Free Are You Sure? Love her and love what she's doing. She had mentioned that you had gone through a storm, and because my show is called Strength in Your Storm, I like to find out people that have gone through things and how they found strength. And she had mentioned something about the healing of your hands. I would love to know, like, what happened and
I had a tenosynovitis that was just worsening and worsening and worsening. I don't know. We don't really know where it comes from. I'm assuming it was when I did some boxing for a little while. Just
Nice. I love that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, just exercise. And I'm assuming that that's probably what's initiated it. But it got to the point where I couldn't. If I went to get that water bottle, I, number one, wouldn't be able to open it for sure, and two, I could not open my hand enough to actually grip the water bottle. So I would be doing the two-handed thing like this to get stuff because I could not. I had no range of motion in my hands. So we did some stem cells.
How long ago was this?
This was 3 weeks ago.
Well, that's you kind of need your hands for what you
3
do.
weeks ago, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So and that's what I was saying. I couldn't even draw syringes up. It was getting to where I couldn't bring the strength to, the dexterity to do this, to draw and do things. So we did the stem cells, and we did the human umbilical stem cells that we do here, and then we injected just a little tiny bit into both of the hands, and the swelling was down within 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I still have some discomfort in them, but they're fully mobile. I can use them. I can open the water bottles. I can, I can do all my work, and I don't really even notice them anymore. There's just certain days when they're a little bit stiff or tender, and that's about it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, you do the stem cells here. So right away when that was happening, did you know that's what you were going to do right away?
When it started, no, I didn't. I was going to go, traditional route, and do the steroids and all that stuff, and see if I could get the inflammation down, and do the thing that I was supposed to do. And then I thought, you know what? I'm preaching these to other people. Why don't I preach it to myself? So we tried it, and it worked out really well.
That's amazing. So if who would be a good candidate for a stem cell?
Pretty much anyone. People who have degenerative arthritis, chronic pain. We don't treat anything, but we give the body the power to heal itself, to regenerate on its own. And that's kind of what the stem cells do. The stem cells is what created us. So stem cells can regenerate us. And that's the theory behind that.
It's amazing. I can't believe you do that.
Yeah.
Especially because you're so close to
Yeah,
me.
we've had some absolutely great results too with our people. So far it's been, I haven't had any disappointments. So.
Am I done?
Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
done.
that was quick, huh?
That was quick.
I don't want to put you to sleep anymore.
Oh my gosh. That juice has woken me up a little bit.
Yeah, that Ninja Red is wonderful. That's that Young Living. Yeah, it takes about 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Depending on how much we put in there. If we add a whole bunch of stuff to it, then it takes about 30 minutes.
Okay. That's not bad.
No, not at all. And then you're on your way.
So if you were to run into somebody that that was just either diagnosed with cancer or an illness or something like that, as a nurse practitioner, what would one piece of advice be that you would give them?
Knowledge. Knowledge is power. Look for your knowledge. Go out and see what's out there, see what's available, and then make your decision on what's right for you. Pray. Pray about it. Yeah, because everybody's different, so everybody works differently. Everybody's body responds differently. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot out there. You can't just go one route. So the more you know, the more you heal, the more you are. So.
Yeah, that's great advice. And how can people connect with you if they want to reach out to you, learn more about the stem cell or the cocktails or anything like that? How can they? We're
at Revitalife Health Spa, and we have a website, Revitalife Health Spa, and we have a phone number. You call us. We also have a couple of for the stem cells. We have September 26th. We have a seminar coming up that we'll be kind of discussing them, telling people about them, what's going on, what they can do for you.
That's awesome.
And that'll be September 26th, and we take reservations, so just call us here at the spa.
Okay, that's great. I'll make sure that I provide the number for everybody so they can reach out to you if anybody wants information on that.
Sure.
I just wanted to thank you so much for your time today, Layla, for injecting me with yummy cocktails, making me relaxed, but really helping me understand there's different options and how important that is, because there's people out there right now that have some kind of illness or are going through something, and for them to know that there's options.
Yeah.
It's powerful when you have options and you can try to do things natural. If that's the right path for you, everybody has a different path, and
exactly.
But to be able to research everything and see if this is an option for them. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Well, I hope you had a great time with me in there today with Leela. It was amazing sitting there and getting the infusion. I went from feeling so sleepy and relaxed and mellow, and I just feel very rejuvenated right now. But more than that, I know that I got to use a different option, a natural option, and that made me feel really happy. Again, that's not for everybody. We all have our own walks we're going to take, and I just want you to be empowered that whatever it is you're going through, that you fill yourself with knowledge, and then you decide what's the best path for you. I hope you learned a lot today, and that you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you next week, where my passion is to help you find strength in your storm.